Sorry, folks. A little bit of stuff happened here. So, wow, I'm out of focus. Anyway, well, folks, another weekend has come and gone. It's Monday, but let's not let that get us down because let's talk about some fun. Let's get into the Mechpit chat, folks. I, of course, am your host, Ironcaster, and little later than ever, but we're here all the same. So I want to, of course, start by thanking those that are in the chat there. People who've decided to stop by and say hello, such as the awesome one. What's up, my friend? Welcome. David Glenn is, of course, always out there. Thank you for sharing the streams. Always helps out. I'm always grateful. Let's see who else do we have here. Vince, nearly made it. Maybe next time, but for now, Bet is calling. Vince, thanks for stopping by all the same. Yes, thank you so much there. Get that the Discord link the Discord link is out there. I want to run some D&D, so let's do that. Of course, all the streams, the stuff I'm on. I'm over T-shirt, Clobbies, over Nick Weiser. Check out Punk Waddle. All of them fine folks down there. There's about 1 million people out there. It feels like I have to help out. And of course, my buddy Goliath Champ. What's up, buddy? How we doing? Because another Monday has come and gone. So it's starting into a new week. Do I have my? No. Anyway, no, it's been a pretty quiet little week here. We have been taking around a little bit behind the scenes with a little bit of new tech, and well, it's always kind of some fun stuff to play with. Which is why maybe I'll wait a little bit to see if any of our friends will be showing up. But until then, we have a little bit of news been kind of dropping off. So, without further ado, let me jump into a little bit of news that's been kind of rocking and rolling. So, where's my button? That's the button.
Let's get things started. Gundam fight all set. Ready? Go!
That's right, folks. We are on to the news for the week. And at the end of the day, we just want to have some fun here because, well, look, everyone's going crazy over the big T's over on Twitter talk with Elon Musk about politics or something. And it's like, there's going to be all kinds of conspiracy theories around this. I don't feel like dealing with all that. No, we're not going to do that. Where did that picture go? Sorry, give me 1 second. I have one item was gifted to me this week, and I would be remiss if I did not show this up. So give me 1 second to go off screen and grab this. Okay. Turns out it was right here all along, but I didn't have my desk clean up quite enough. So anyway, I got a little gift in the mail today. That's kind of a little on the nose with our show here because, well, I got a little gift here from a good friend, Pops, who I do the Talk Hard show with. He knew my birthday had come up this past week or so, or about 3 weeks ago, and he mailed something out to me. I didn't know what to expect. Him, Stone Loki, great guys. They mailed out a package, and I didn't know what was in it. Well, as it turned out, they got me a little signature. They got me the signature from the suit actor for the original Ultraman. I love it. This is one of the greatest gifts I've gotten. The fact that those guys will go out of their way to pick this up for me, it touches me really. To know that there's guys out there who think of me, that would go out of the way to get me just a cool little piece of history here. We got a signature, and also it's been we got a little certificate with it too, so we know this is so. If they're so we have an authentic signature here for the original suit actor for Ultraman, which is it's a great little piece. I'm gonna have to find a spot to hang this, but I wanted to thank those guys because they were willing to put up with some of the movies that I suggest over the years, and it's like, hey, not every Sharknado comes along, but then they'll also sit down and watch like the Shin Godzilla, Shin Kamen Rider, and Shin Ultraman, and good people. I'm still a little giddy about that. So, without further ado, let me stop and kind of bring over here because, well, in some game news for kind of, well, not that, for some of the stuff I've been talking about and I'm into is all this big robot stuff that's been going on. Gundams are always cool, some kaijus and tokusatsu, and really just a lot of fun stuff. Heck, I'd talk about the Venture Brothers. We've got one little game that's been making some waves, and I've talked about it on the channel here. I just got accepted into the beta for it, so maybe later this week I'll go ahead and live stream it. Apparently my camera's frozen, but so far we have the Mecha Break preview is available out right now, and this is one of the games that's getting a bit of attention. This is, from my knowledge, it's a little Chinese game that is getting all the attention. And look, if they can give me some, not sexy anime waifu girls and big robots, then look, they're gonna get my money. The test phase, which started last weekend, is still available until August 13th. Received majorly positive feedback from players and has reached over 50,000 concurrent players in the last few days. It's a PvP-focused multiplayer mecha battle game. It's like 6v6. And it's set to be coming out next year as a free-to-play title. So that could mean monetization could be pretty bad. But we'll see how it goes. Players can steal one of 13 unique mecha into battle during the playtest called the Break Strikers, which all provide distinct movesets and playstyles. And, for everything we've seen from the bits we've seen of the game, these are some impressive looking mechs. This is it's got just the right amount of extra bits hanging off it, but it's not too much. So this could be something worthwhile to check out. As expected to be a free-to-play title, methods and amounts of monetization will only be in effect for the release version of the game. There are already implementations of a gacha system for paint use for customization and a battle pass, but the currency needed to try these systems provided every player in the abundance after finishing the tutorial, presumably for the efficacy of the playtest. Technically, the game is at a good point, especially considering the early stages of the build, which means if we're already far more polished than most AAA releases, which is a key thing, because too many of the modern games are just releasing in, frankly, broken states. They don't have good teams put together for long-term service, it seems like. And look, are there good games out there? Are there good teams out there putting these games together? Sure. But the problem is, in many cases, those teams aren't sticking around. So a lot of the knowledge in how the game was built, how it was coded, is effectively out the window, is out the door, and on to the next project. Yeah, I feel you. The battle pass is always a big iffy because you don't. That's always the frustrating thing with battle passes. You want to make sure you want to get your playtime out of it, but you don't want to feel like it's being rushed because you don't want to feel like you're being punished for not playing it. And if you just spend the money on it, you want to play it. So they need to have a good balance of the reward output and the incentive for players to want to play. If it's got good gameplay, good combat, make players want it, but don't make me have to play 10 matches in a row just to get one level of a 200 level battle pass. And yeah, that's kind of the nice thing. Like the UI isn't too crazy because like it's fairly minimal. A lot of the bits here are pretty see through, so you can even kind of see the background through it, so it's not obstructing your view. I like the fact that we got some aerial combat to it, so we've got a lot of that air that we have multiple levels of it. So much like you'll have some players probably falling into the same trap Khan did at the end of Wrath of Khan. Players are going to wind up thinking 2D when they're a 3D battlefield. Let me see. Did I drop that link in the chat? Yes, I did. Okay. Customize the options will be part of the Mecha Break, but I mean, I think that's the other thing too. It's like not only are we going to be getting, the robots, but we got to get our pilot customized too. Well, the pilot from this elaborate creation tool is currently only visually utilized in menus, load screens, and respawn scenes during the match. It's not unlikely there will be more to do with the pilots in the released version of the game, e.g. at the moment absent of other game modes. That's always a challenge though, because there's the big question then of where's your focus going to be. Cats fighting, and that's the question though. Like, what's the pilot going to do? Are we, because we're not going to be getting out of the ship to capture some point. They could do it, but I don't see them doing it. Conclusively, the playtest of Mecha Break can also be seen as success without larger technical problems, giving us a good first impression of what to expect when the game is released in 2025. So that's the other thing about these beta tests. When you come down to it, these public betas, they want things. Typically, you do want to see things break. You want to see problems pop up that can be solved, because then we can see that they're being addressed. But in this case, it sounds like by and large, we don't have a whole lot of those problems. So maybe there's something good here to be found. But I don't know. Then again, maybe it'll fall into the realm of politics. We'll see, because as it turns out, certain phrases were being censored as well. And coming to our good friends from that Park Place, Amazing CSUN Games removed censorship of Donald Trump in Mecha Break after being called out by Grums. Yeah, so the producer behind the upcoming multiplayer Mech game Mecha Break removed its censorship of President Donald Trump after they were called out by Mark Kern, aka Grums. And for those of you who don't know, Mark Kern was one of the head developers, I believe, on World of Warcraft. So he's been in the video game scene for many, many a year. So this guy knows his stuff, and he's one of those legendary devs out of the Blizzard days. Give me 1 second. On August 10th, Grums posted on X, Mecha Break censors Trump, leaves Kamala and Biden alone. I've gotten reports that Mecha Break is censoring Trump from chat, but not Kamala Harris or Biden. He added, I tested it myself to verify. I've reached out to the community manager to ask about this obvious political interference in gaming. And as he sees, let me load that tweet. That's one of the big troubling things, because we've seen because there's always this issue of these community managers, these people who get to have say over what words are banned in video games that you just cannot post. Certain words, yeah, I get it. Reluctantly. But the problem is you have a lot of people getting political and they weaponize that. And that's how it always goes. You got people that are out here just kind of weaponizing their positions of power for politics. It's their programs. Yeah, yes and no, because at the end of the day, you've got they work for the company and they're trying to make a service that people want to play with. However, you have political activists involved that then decide and dictate what words we're not allowed to say, thereby controlling the narrative. And as unfortunate as it is, like, this is in the realm of gaming, and it's controlling what you're allowed to say. I wouldn't want to see politics kind of pulled into gaming, but it's kind of dumb here because the word Trump can be used isn't only about the orange man. I mean, oh, you trumped me. If we're playing euchre, what's Trump? It's one of those unfortunate things as well, because that's a word that we use for other they can have other purposes, other meanings. Community manager are like Reddit moderators, but the messed up thing there is, like, the Reddit moderators are kind of worse, because it'll be like a small handful, like 5 or 6 Reddit moderators that are the majority of the mods. So you're stuck. You're stuck with these like 4 or 5 people that get to dictate what's allowed to be said. We need competition. I absolutely agree. And I love our country too. Yeah, there's a reason why it's become so worthless. And it's because those Reddit moderators chased everyone off. So they lost a lot of the reason for why people went there. So people stopped going there. And unfortunately, now the company is floundering. They're to the point where they're talking about, like, putting in like private paid for subreddits. But good luck, because you basically chased off half the country. During the past few days of our playtest, we have received the feedback from our list of censored words in the game's chat that we also need refinement. If you have been offended by any player or language in chat, please accept our apologies. Is English not our first language, as we are an Asian game studio and have never attempted to launch a global game before? I'm almost willing to accept it, but again, I'm kind of inferring to there's probably a localizer, a translator, who basically got to tell them, well, no, don't use these words. And, people whose first language is in English might be inclined to accept that. So it can kind of go both ways, in a sense. But again, just kind of be on the lookout. This is the crazy time of year for this political season. I'm really trying not to get into a lot of that, but it kind of happens here or there. You're gaslighting us? In some cases, absolutely. But we also got to be sure to not fall into a kind of eating up our own fumes and making the mistake of believing something that just, chasing specters. Hey, Toku Punk, just kind of covered a little bit of the mecha news, like Mecha Break is out, some nonsense for happening with political speech. Certain words were banned, but looks like it's being addressed. So with that said, let's jump into one other little story I had here, because there's an upcoming anime that I think I'm gonna have to check out. For our love of those, the tokusatsu, the Super Sentai, and all that fun stuff. We have some couple previews coming along. Oh, I really want to play. So the thing was, I just went in today and clicked on the store page for an invite, and I think I got invited right away. So maybe there's a chance to play it, because you got about a day left. Don Peak. Wait, was that? That's an anime, I think. One I probably have to see. So anyway, one upcoming anime that I think is have a bit of an interest for us, who might be getting a little sick of the isekai genre and maybe need a little twist on things. The Red Ranger becomes an adventurer in another world anime adaptation in the works. Which, I mean, knowing the way a lot of these titles go in Japan with the anime, I completely believe, and yeah, that is in fact the name of this. The Red Ranger becomes an adventurer in another world. Oh shit! Oh, have you read it? Oh, because this, I only just heard about maybe a week or two ago, and now I'm inclined to look into it a bit more. Once I read through Remonster, is an upcoming anime that combines isekai and tokusatsu. The first trailer has been revealed in an upcoming anime series which features both iconic genres of the Red Ranger entering the world of fantasy and magic. The Sentai and Power Rangers formula are mixed with the beloved anime concept that has been slated for release at the start of 2025. Check out this crazy mix that brings these two genres together once more, including characters and cast revealed. Oh shit! All right, let me just do a thing here. Katakawa. We'll try it. Let's go ahead and check out this little preview, because I think I want to see this. And we'll turn that volume down just to be safe. We have subtitles. And give me English, yes. Wait, is it new waifu alert? A new adventurer, they say. A strange man with a strange watch. And he's fighting a robot cowboy. Wait a minute. Wait. This... You got me a robot cowboy. Okay. Oh, we are into it. We're getting all the toku genre. We're getting all the toku tropes. And yes, we have new waifu. So mark your calendars. Waifu. Huh? Okay, this has some potential. Let's see how those two work together. Red and Hydro. Somebody tell Gator, that's not a pillow. Okay, she may have pillows, but those aren't the type that Gator gets to play with.
味で心臓に悪いわね、この男は。ヘルティナ・リズ・バーグレイ・アバルロストと申します。
テルテラ様を呼び捨てにするな、ゲロが。バーニング自殺のパンチ。来い、ターボエンジン。
次から次へと理解不能なものを増やさないで。
俺と
Okay, I'm in. I think I have to go read this manga now because, look, he's getting all his power ups, and this has a good little potential mix because, you know, as fun as the isekai genre is. Of course, someone decided to make food now while I'm streaming. As it turns out, like, you know, fantasy has been very heavy on this, but it's always like someone gets uber magic. Well, let's see what happens when we get like the Toku tropes, where we have the random explosions. What happens when we bring in someone getting the new like supersonic, you know, cannon in a world of magic? I'm on board.
たちの絆なら必ず未来を掴み取れるさ。俺たちの絆の勝利だ。
異世界の兵器怖。
Oh shit, it's coming out in January. Yeah, better put this one on the radar. This is definitely up my alley. So, yeah, folks, check out this. We'll be staying tuned for this series. All right, that was largely that. Yeah, no, this looked great. Let's see a few different some casting details. Is there anything else here I need to know? An evil organization plotting world domination, secret society, Zetsuender. There were 5 warriors who were united by a bond and stood up to this ambition. The names of these heroes were Bond Creative Squadron, Kazuna 5. The 5 members of it finally headed for the final battle. Their friends are wounded at the fierce battle. At the end of a fierce battle, Kizuna Red and the enemy are killed in a mutual attack. It seems when he comes to a new world to save people in this new world, the Crimson Hero becomes an adventurer and fights again today. Yeah, no, I'm on board. This has got just the. It's a good little take on the isekai genre that is pretty overdone as a super saturated market of waking up in another world, oftentimes with some sort of gimmick, some sort of superpower that makes you stand out. But unfortunately, it's a marketplace of the genre that is really oversaturated. And so, you know, you got to find new twists on it, and this seems like it might be one. Let me see, what else do I got here? None of these stories are quite what I want to talk about. There was one unfortunate story that came up that I thought would be worth kind of talking about because it is near and dear to my heart for the kind of the little iron caster that used to be a big fan of the channel in the day. And that is sort of the foretold and long expected shutdown of Cartoon Network. So it's kind of been a long time coming, long predicted that basically cable television as we know it is ultimately going to be going away. Everyone sees it coming. And this is just one of many, many steps in that process. Is that we're starting to see the steps in order. Because, for example, here, Cartoon Network shut down the Cartoon Network website, I should specify, has been shut down. And now just basically puts people over to the HBO Max or the Max streaming website. Well, you kind of don't need a cartoon, website, your cartoon channel website if you're planning to shut this channel down, which, isn't happening today. But when they just do nothing but marathons of Teen Titans Go, and they started Adult Swim now at like 5 o'clock. It's easy to see where this is leading, and it's super tragic because Cartoon Network, in all its years of history, is one of those things that just got so many of us into a lot of this stuff. Like, I can remember coming home and watching Dragon Ball Z after school every day, getting hyped and excited with the Saiyan saga, getting in and getting to see, a lot of anime. This Cartoon Network was big for that. And to see it go really kind of hurts the childhood nostalgia. It was really poorly used for a number of years there. And yeah, it's kind of a sad fate to see. This is going to be sad. Let's see, I used to play Adventure Time and Ben 10 games there. I tell you what, I remember going there in like the 90s when it was like some of those super early Flash games, when they had like they almost had like a kind of Facebook-esque page, like a social media for being a Cartoon Network fan, where you could go and collect all these little stickers and have a little page for your characters. And so like it had a whole little currency. There was like a lot of cool little things this website had that I just no longer there. And it's all these little bits of history that have kind of fallen to the wayside that I don't think a lot of people remember. Warner Brothers Discovery this week pulled the entire contents of its CartoonNetwork.com offline, redirecting its visitors to a landing page on Max, its subscription streaming service, encouraging fans to sign up and watch their favorite Cartoon Network shows. The shuttering of the site appears to have happened Thursday, August 8th. And ultimately, this is just kind of where things are going, because I mean, you look at services like MeTV, which now has a dedicated cartoon channel, which can play the old Hanna-Barbera stuff. They can play Tiny Toons, probably Scooby-Doo. They can play, I think, the Three Stooges cartoon. Like it's a lot of stuff that hasn't been seen in decades. That was what Cartoon Network started out as, and like ultimately, it's like, what's going on? Why aren't you playing some of the old stuff? But they don't want to, even if it's like already in their library. Look for episodes like your favorite Cartoon Network shows. Check out what's available on stream on Max. Subscription required. And a pop-up message says on the new Max landing page, sign up for Max, blah, blah, blah. Cable subscribers continue to enjoy your favorite Cartoon Network programming. TV connected to your apps as well. In a statement, Cartoon Network spokespersons told Variety, we are focusing on Cartoon Network shows on a social media where we can find consumers that are the most engaged, and there is a meaningful potential for growth, unquote. The rep noted that the linear TV Cartoon Network will continue to offer 11 hours of programming from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. After that, it turns into Adult Swim. I see. I had no idea that they did full episodes of stuff. But it was a lot of the like 2010 stuff. So your Adventure Time, Craig of the Creek, The Amazing World of Gumball, Teen Titans Go. And this is kind of part of the bigger move. Like, I wouldn't be surprised to see more of them going by the wayside. On Wednesday, Warner Brothers Discovery reported Q2 revenue of $9.71 billion, down 6%, and a whopping net loss of almost $10 billion, driven by a $9.1 billion write-off for the drop in value of its cable networks. Not to mention the Suicide Squad game, which completely tanked them. Subscribers of the company's streaming services, led by Max, were down slightly domestically, dropping almost $300,000 to 52.4 million, while international streaming customers increased by 3.9 to 50.9. So they've got about a 52. So they've got about 100 million people subscribed to the service at any time, and that's apparently not enough to keep the lights on for a lot of this stuff. Ooh, that's not good. Let's add another article about that, but that's all blah, blah, blah. So I do have one last thing to show off. It's not quite as neat as like, my new signature, but I was listening to Loki's Mornings of Mischief this morning, and their positivity stream later on the day, and it got me to go sit around and tinker around with a little bit of some tech. But speaking of tech, well, tech's pretty neat. You know who else is pretty neat?
I don't need a kid to tell me how I should do my job. You're a selfish brat.
You know, I hear that brat's like the cool compliment, right?
Oh. Okay.
I don't know.
You know, that puts that scene in a new context.
Yeah.
Bright
I
slapped him because he's a Kamala fan.
Oh. I don't want to be slapped for that. Never mind.
I mean, I could slap you for some other stuff. No?
I feel like I'm happy to be here, and the slap is because I'm late. But yeah, I was catching up with the Cartoon
let me
Network. Oh,
let me try one more. No?
Yowzer. Okay.
Oh. All right, let me kick you out. I'll try this again.
Okay.
No.
Wait, what?
No, it's good. How you doing, Punk Waddle?
Doing all right. Yeah. Got back from dinner and I was listening as I was putting stuff away, and it is. I do feel like we need to pour something out for Cartoon Network, a staple of childhood and such.
Yeah. So, since you're here, what was your favorite show you watched on Cartoon Network? Like, just because there's, so many cartoons that were on there. The Adult Swim, the Toonami stuff aside. Those were also great. But what if there's any one show from all those 20, 30 years that the network has been in service?
So you called my bluff, and we didn't have cable growing up, and I can't remember all the shows that were actually on it because I watched some. I mean, I remember Aqua Teen Hunger Force and things like that, but I can't remember all the shows that were specifically to that. I just know a lot of the Toonami and stuff. Yeah.
Wait, was that the Symbiotic Titan? Was that the claymation Adult Swim show that was basically Voltron with assholes?
They had some weird stuff that I wasn't. I was a part of the DARE program, but I'm a sheriff, so I wasn't that part of the DARE program.
Oh no, this is something completely different. I have no idea what this is. Oh, wait a minute. I've seen these dudes. Let me see if I can find a picture of them.
Okay.
Because I've seen a clip floating around of I think it's this big even square Peter Griffin.
Yeah.
And he's watching his, I think, girlfriend or something just getting down and twerking, or this was on Cartoon Network. This is super adult.
Yeah, they had a lot of that stuff.
I mean, to be fair, they also at one point aired Totally Spies.
I don't remember what that was.
Yeah, so the French Canadians were allowed to make anime.
Oh. Interesting.
And basically every episode of that show had some sort of fetish material worked into it.
Not bad.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Must have picked up these talking in the kitchen. Yeah, so here, we'll pull this up just to give you the basic image of the three. Yeah. This was another one of those shows that at one point aired on Cartoon Network, which is basically about three Beverly Hills girls, high school girls who were spies.
Okay, totally makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And then it got weird, a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, it like there's a whole like list of the shit they did with them, but that was just one of those many things.
Well, they had quite a few seasons apparently.
Like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
But
Googling it says on June 17th, 2024, a live action series based on the cartoon Totally Spies is in development with Amazon and Will Ferrell as executive producer.
Oh.
So that's going to be Ching Chong prune candy for you.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Better than Seth Rogen, but we'll see how by much.
Because I'm getting to a point where certain actors, I want to go away because they're in a way kind of too big for their britches. To a point where it's like they're sort of like bigger than the roles they play.
And some of them go into producer mode and you don't see them anymore, but then you kind of still see the effects of them.
Like, I'm kind of at that point. I'm at that point with The Rock. Like, The Rock need to be The Rock and everything he's in.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds is paid to be Ryan Reynolds.
Obviously. Paid a lot recently.
Oh, yeah. And
just facts.
I did like Deadpool, but I'm getting kind of sick of Ryan Reynolds because he's like forever playing this like kind of young, it's like charming young guy, even though he's like old enough to be a grandfather at this point.
All right, shots fired. But he also has stock in aviation and Mint Mobile. But let's yeah.
Well, he also owns a like soccer team.
Yeah, he's definitely diversifying his portfolio.
Yeah, he's like 47 now, so he's up there.
Yeah. Ouch.
Anyway, I don't know how I feel about that because, like, while I do like Will Ferrell, he's been kind of around. He's been in Hollywood for so long that I'm kind of sick of seeing him around.
Yeah. This isn't 20 years ago at the heyday of Talladega Nights.
Right. This isn't like fresh off of Saturday Night Live.
Right.
As being like part of like the second or third great generation of that show.
Yeah. Back when Saturday Night Live produced so many people that went on to do things.
Yes. Yes, that's what it is. He's been Van Wilder for 24 years. That he's made that his personality.
I wanna shoot.
And I'm tired of the gimmick. I'm tired of the bit.
I do think part of the reason that this Deadpool and Wolverine movie is so successful is that having Wolverine there, having Hugh Jackman as breaking up Ryan Reynolds' fourth wall breaking / narration, which I really, after talking to some people here recently, I understand why that's droning. And even why I couldn't watch the second movie very much. It just drags on too much.
It does. But yeah, the thing was, like, I wasn't perfectly happy with the Wolverine either, because this is like a different Wolverine. This isn't like the Wolverine, you know?
Yeah.
So also when you look at the merchandise, you're seeing a much thicker, like 5 o'clock shadow on him to the point where it stands out. I'm like, I don't like that. It's too much beard.
I can't believe you would say something like that.
Look, I know. Like, but some guys just look better without the full beard.
But I respect the fact that you can see the difference too. So that was a catch-22 compliment. Huh?
But anyway, so I don't know if were you listening to Loki's second stream today, the positivity one?
I caught some of it. I was waiting to hear what was broken on my car AC, so I was listening to some of it. I caught some of the AI conversation.
Well, that's exactly where this is going, because I was tinkering around with a little bit of stuff behind the scenes, and let me Let me pull this up here, just because I got thinking on it a little bit today.
Okay. Yep.
Like an 80s anime intro.
Wake up to the city light.
Mm-hmm.
Neon dreams illuminate.
Is this coming in for you? Okay.
Big robots and
Yeah, yeah.
hero fights.
Okay.
Every problem meets its fate. Metal giants rule the skies. Mecha hearts beat in the night. Toku sets aside our lives. Staying positive feels right. Rise of the Titans, shining bright. Together we'll fight in the golden light. We'll stand tall, never fall. Every big mech heeds the call. Charge up your energy. Feel the power in your hands. Robot warriors make history. Together we'll defend our lands. Laser beams and engines roar. Good vibes swirl in the air. Every battle opens doors with friends. There's so much to share. Rise of the Titans, shining bright. Together we'll fight in the golden light. Rise of the Titans, roar the skies. Mecha hearts beat in the night. Tokusatsu sides are right. Rise of the Titans, shining bright. Together we'll fight in the golden light. We'll stand tall, never fall. Every big mech heeds the call in the golden light. We'll stand tall, never fall. Every big mech heeds the call. It's the call. It's the call.
So
Charge up your energy.
Anyway,
yeah.
That was just with a couple of minutes of prompting, of throwing some stuff in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not entirely happy with it, but this is a really good starting place.
So yeah. So one thing, Tokupunk, AI can be so good at scary. This program is really, really good. And yeah.
At the moment, you could still kind of tell the voice is AI with the way it's kind of trying to simulate human speech. So it's still a little rough, but the fact that we've gotten to this point with it within like basically a year of AI being all the rage.
Yeah. Yep. So this, and did you get this from this site from Loki?
Yep. Yeah. This is from Suno.
Yeah.
And
so
it's pretty cool.
So I don't know if anybody, I know some of you guys out there have checked it out because you're familiar with the Floral from Under a Rock channel, but Trade Secret, the Wilton's album about Jonas, he used this, and I think he wrote his own lyrics for it, which you have the option to do in this.
Yep.
But yeah, you can just do a simple prompt, and it's the thing. Some of the prompts and some of the things, it's like if I get too specific, it'll do weird stuff. But if I'm just giving it a simple basic prompt, it writes better than half the drivel I hear that people pop that people come up with. Like it is very impressive what this thing can do in 20 seconds.
Right, and especially with kind of the amateur first attempts here. Like, if I keep working at this, I could probably come up with some halfway decent lyrics that I could, in theory, even feed into this to fix up better. Because there's a couple lines here I'm not entirely happy with, but I sort of like the way certain ones came out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a good kind of seed bed to start from.
The only unfortunate thing, and I have been doing this too, because one of the shorts, one of the shorts for the channel came out a couple weeks ago we were playing Fortnite, and Wilton was like, "Oh, it's a punker in a bunker," and so they took that and seeded a couple things and made a rock song like he's a punker in a bunker, and with Wilton the troll, and like, and then so I looked at it and he sent me the on the site. This is before I signed up for anything, and I'm just doing the free 5 a day or 50 tokens a day. But what I did is like, okay, so you can edit the lyrics, but I won't edit the song. But I edited the lyrics, put them in as a new song, changed the music type, and I got a version more of a punk than a rock version, and where I changed some of the lyrics to make more sense. I got a really nice version of it that I actually am pretty happy with. So the only thing is you can't, if you have music that you like, I don't think you can reuse it or put new words to it.
Yeah, that's become that's one thing I noticed when tinkering with it, that there's certain elements I'm like, I want to keep this a piece for that piece, but not that piece, and we're not quite there. But I think that's only a matter of time.
And this is also a free version. Like there's certain limitations, but like you said, at some point you'll probably be able to take that music, rehash it, and all this junk, because you can actually take music into this program that you've written and have it generate lyrics for. So it's almost there. Just learning how to tweak it.
But yeah, no, it's just a fun little tool to kind of play with. Maybe I'll try to come up with a little theme song for us here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we'll make.
One of the things I will say though, have you gone to the Explore tab on the main page?
Let me pull it up here.
Because if you go to your home, and I don't want you to spoil the songs you've been making, but there was a left side tab somewhere in there, but it has a click wheel of so many different styles of music and fusion ideas. Because like you can hit rock, rap, but you can do like electro, dance, lo-fi, hip hop, and you can do all these things and feed it, and then sometimes it'll give exactly what you asked for, and sometimes it'll work it into something that makes more sense to it. But you can do as funky, as rhythmic, as bluesy, and it will generate something that
we have an entire playlist of songs about dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Should we pick a random one here?
Yeah, this is one of the coolest AIs that I've seen so far, honestly.
The Velocicano sounds like a bad movie that I would suggest for Talk Hard.
Yeah.
Okay. It almost needs a little bagpipe.
Can you click on it to see what the music type is? You just click on the name.
Medieval.
Okay.
Times captives, they adapted, breaking in heat. As their oven revolved, in magma they bathed, bodies fused, horns evolved. Lost in time, enduring they grew stronger. Freed from mind, emerged Velocicano. Rising from depths of primal roar, unleashing chaos like never before. Two forces entwined, ancient and new.
Exactly.
Velocicano, our world is due.
But it understands. It understands, and it's picking up from so many different types and genres and styles and syncopations and rhythm counts. It's very, very complex tool that you can utilize as much or as little as you want, because people are just writing in rock every time, I'm calling out some people without calling them out. Like, there's so much more with a little more creativity. You can come up with some crazy stuff, some stuff
Yeah,
that you realize doesn't work.
but then you discover Raptor Wizard Metal,
Oh, okay.
and then you're like, I need this. What is this? This is a genre. This is a new genre AI has created.
Yeah. Bubblegum funk
Nordic
pop.
folk, epic metal, clear vocal, male singer, perfect rhyme, dactyl, measure 3/4, F0 major, B6 minor, 128 BPM.
So all these things that you can choose and learn how the prompts are. It's as far as a musician, like this is fun to play with more than any other I've seen.
And then you can also reuse the prompt to try to make your own version of it and remix it. Okay.
Yeah.
Come on, why is it not popping up? David, it's called Suno.com. SUNO. There we go. Like sun. Oh.
I just typed in the chat too. I don't have mod powers, but you can. It's not a
You
complicated.
don't. We'll have to fix that.
Okay.
Well, I mean that's been the fun, but what I guess sort of to wrap up, let's hit on something a little bit of positivity before we end the stream out.
Okay.
What's been up with you? What have you been watching lately?
Well, lately I've been. So you got all, and I didn't really preface it well enough, so it might have been a little confusing. That my Ice House video was more on the Borderlands franchise than being a normal Ice House video, so maybe it should be more like a video game eulogy sort of thing. But with everything coming out, I have been watching myself play Borderlands 2 a little bit, and I'm gearing myself up to go see the movie tomorrow for the matinee. I did get my claptrap popcorn bucket, which actually looks really cool. I didn't even realize that the eye part lights up. But he's got posable arms. He's actually really cool looking.
Really?
Yeah, it's $40, but I think it's actually one of the coolest popcorn buckets I've seen yet. Because he's actually a figure in a tin that you can store stuff in.
Oh, so I went to I think like a Imagine this past weekend. I didn't go watch Borderlands. I instead chose to go watch Lawrence of Arabia.
Nice.
And they had what looked like a giant like TNT like compressor. Like a Looney Tunes esque like depressor to like set off explosives.
Are you talking about the bucket?
For popcorn bucket.
Yeah, it's a claptrap. Like it's a whole. You're familiar with the game?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah. The thing is, like, in all honesty, I was never really a huge fan of Borderlands. Like, I enjoyed it, but like, it just never really kept my attention.
That's fair. I loved a couple of things. I played 2 a while back, and then right when 3 came out, I kind of picked it up, and then because this is like I want to say this is 3.5 years ago, almost 4 years ago, when I had 2 weeks of vacation. It was use it or lose it, so I took it at the end of the year because work was slow anyway. So they said fine, and I just had because I just finished my first playthrough of Borderlands 2 recently, and was gonna go to my second playthrough, and then I was like, I'll pause, whatever, and I got into Borderlands 3 because it was like, oh, this is new, this is out. Because I got the Handsome Jack collection for like $10. So I was like, I'll play this current game. And I played that for 2 weeks, and then I went back to work for a few weeks, and then I got let go. And so then I had a lot of free time. So Borderlands 3 was really what I did while I was trying to, I don't know, process life. But the claptrap, the comedic, the just the cartoony nature of the whole thing made it just fun and surreal for me. I liked that aesthetic a lot.
It's got I mean, it's got decent humor.
Mhm.
They tend to be they're very popular. I'm not gonna fault it for them. It the thing is, my friends were really into it, but I just couldn't quite
That's fair.
stay interested. It happens.
It does.
Plus, like, I've got about literally 1,000 episodes of Kamen Rider to go watch.
It's true. It's true.
And they celebrated that like 10 years ago.
I will say the anime that I have been watching mostly is why don't they remember me in this world, and something about my low level skills, I'm gonna up my low level skills and show them what's up and rule the world and rule this world by leveling up on my low level skills or something like that. I don't know. For current animes.
I'm still kind of picking through some One Piece just to get caught up for the stream with Brandon.
Yeah.
And I'm at one of those really like key points with like Ennie's Lobby, Water 7. I should specify in my rewatch.
Yeah. No, I know. I know you've seen a lot of this stuff, and I haven't seen it yet, so my oohs and ahs aren't quite appropriate because I believe you that they're good.
So how far did you get, out of curiosity?
I still haven't. I still haven't got to Sky Island. I'm about to be at Sky Island.
Okay, so the arc the story arc I'm talking about is the one after the Sky Island stuff.
Okay.
And it is like peak.
Okay.
It is some of the best One Piece that's been around, because it's Luffy getting unhinged and literally fighting thousands of Marines.
All right.
Like, that's not an exaggeration. That is like literally they're saying like, hey, he just took out 1,000 men.
Sounds like Luffy.
Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, like the whole crew, like they step up on the stage.
Like that one Fairy Tail, like I know they're not the same, but there's some of that kind of shonen style, some of that stuff that I watched for a while a few years ago, and then everything else has happened, and then it's like, oh, I could put those on in the background, kind of watch, and then as they get intense, pay attention and kind of do that. And I just forget to do that sometimes.
Yeah, the problem is a lot of times time happens. And this is how it goes. One Piece only good normie shit. You know what? I'd rather people watch One Piece and kind of get into something, but otherwise they're going to decide to all watch Attack on Titan, and Lord help them, because Attack on Titan is trash.
I stopped after the first season.
I stopped after the first episode.
It was on Netflix, and I was just burning through stuff as I traveled, and I didn't like it. I was just burning through stuff because I lived in a hotel room.
Okay, I will watch it if we get like Willem Dafoe as one of the Titans, just because you want to see his face on a Titan. Oh my god, it'd be great if you get like Willem Dafoe and Nicolas Cage.
Why don't you add some John Travolta in there?
We'll have a face. Oh,
it's a Well, some of those Titans like that, they already have their face ripped off. So,
But
yeah.
I think it's that time.
All
Should
right.
we get out of here?
I think it's time to punch it. Yeah.
So real quick, I will be out tomorrow with over on Pops' channel with who again? In case you didn't see this punk waddle, those bastards got me like a great Christmas, great birthday gift.
Okay. Glare. Oh, nice. That does sound
And
like them.
it's the original suit actor for Ultraman.
Okay. Oh, that's
Those-
nice. Yeah, they would.
They would do something like that, and I have to thank them for that tomorrow. But tomorrow we will be watching Stargate.
Okay.
And discussing Stargate, the movie. As much as I want to talk about the show, we are going to be talking about primarily the movie, and I'll try to probably sneak in some stuff about the show.
I mean, MacGyver and pyramids. What's not to like?
Indeed.
Well, that's the show, but you know what I mean.
Yep. Thank you. It was the 25th of July 25th was my birthday, so it was a nice little one.
Belated happy birthday.
Ooh. Maybe we'll have to check out the AOT films.
Oh. Okay. That adds complexity to it.
Wait. Is yours the 25th as well?
Hot dang.
Because then it would also be you, me, and Pablo Geek Tropology.
Okay.
Would all have the same birthday.
Birthday twins.
No, at this point, we're birthday triplets.
Yeah. Okay. I can't count. I only have 2 flippers. Oh.
Whoa. It's not like it's not like we're trying to make you count above 4 here. Come on. Anyway, what have you got coming up, Punk Waddle?
Oh, might hang out with Snacks tomorrow as he builds stuff. Then I got, Flora from Under Rock on Wednesday, Fortnite Fridays on Friday, and then we'll see what kind of PSA and Ice House video I have for you this week. I've had some thoughts going on this week about different stuff, and so we'll see what makes it in.
All right. Well then, folks, until next time, be well, take care, make the most of life, and maybe get a big robot.